Are you stuck in the tax matrix? You can either choose the blue pill and end this video right now and go back to just living the way that life is, or you can take the red pill and tune into this training where we will pull back the curtain of what is actually taking place in the tax savings of America.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Joseph Smith, and this is my business partner, Ray Fleming.
Good to see you, folks.
We're the Wise Guys in Ties, and we're here to talk to you tonight about the tax matrix.
Yes.
Does the tax matrix have you? How much do you pay in taxes?
Quite a bit.
Well, I mean, let's add it all up, shall we? You work, you have a paycheck. There's some type of, federal, and we've got state income taxes, right? I mean, anybody ever been shocked? You worked really hard and you get your paycheck, and where'd all that money go, right? And where does it go? You pay the taxes, and then there's also your FICA and your, Social Security. That's already taken out. You don't even pay those. You don't even think about, I better make sure I paid my income taxes this week and I have paid my FICA and all. No, that's already taken care of you. Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security. But we do pay property taxes. Everybody pays property taxes, right? Ray, does somebody who rent pay property taxes?
See, when I first started, I didn't think that renters paid property taxes, but I realize now that as a landlord, you pass off everything to your tenants, including property taxes, maintenance, insurance, everything, but especially taxes, because property taxes are huge.
Right, and if you don't have a landlord and you just own your home, then you are paying your property taxes.
Either way, you're going to be paying those.
Exactly. And then so we also have consumption taxes. Consumption taxes. This is like if you go and you want to pump gas into your car, there's a federal tax, a consumption tax on that. There's a state tax. Some cities have taxes on that. There's all kinds of taxes. The grocery store, we all know about sales tax, right? Sales taxes. I mean, could be anywhere from, I've seen 6% to 12%, depends on which city you're in. And sometimes, just simply going to another city might be $1 or $2 difference per item just because of taxes.
Now they're taxing me on my check already, and then they're taxing me again?
Yeah, it's like when you go to the gas pump and you're getting taxed, you're like, hey, I already gave at the office, man. Why do I have to keep giving? But I mean, if you think about what are other forms of taxes, what about what I call how do you spell that? Regulatory fees. Think about this. Do you have to register your vehicle?
Every year, or pay for 2 years in advance.
Right, you got license, anything, permits, anything that you want to do, there's some kind of fee associated with it. There used to even be a death tax. Now, they've done away with that, but, governments change, they might bring it back.
Absolutely, really.
People talk about a wealth tax. So after you've already been taxed on everything, then because you still have money left over, let's tax you again. So we're all familiar with the fact that there's taxes, but have you ever thought about how the tax matrix has a hold of you? Some people say, hey, but you know what? I get money back. What's the average refund? Do you know, Ray?
$2,700.
That's right.
That's a good chunk of change, though. So you're saying, I'm getting $2,700, and that's free money. No.
But if we add up all of the taxes, the free money for the government to hold on to is what it was. You gave the government a free loan. But even with your $2,700 rebate, if you add up everything that you spend in taxes, right? Here's how much of your income is going in taxes and fees to the government.
What?
50%. I don't know if the camera's picking that all up, but 50%. 50% of your annual income goes towards paying taxes and fees. Now, I have to ask, is that too much?
For me, it is. That's ridiculous.
You know, there's people out there, and they have different political reasons for stating it, but they feel that they don't pay enough in taxes, or other people need to pay more in taxes. And I always like to say, if you are one of those folks that feels that you need to pay more in taxes, there actually is a form on the tax form, a line item on your tax form,
yes,
that allows you to give freely to the government. So folks, I mean, if you don't know how the tax matrix works, then this system is going to take advantage of you. But if you can learn how this system works, then you can leverage this to your advantage.
So Joseph, give us the bottom line.
Okay, you want the bottom line? Here's
Yes.
the bottom line. Let's take a look. When they say the bottom line, here's what they mean. You've all heard of the 1040A, right? Your tax form you fill out every tax season, right? States your income, and you put in your deductions,
Right.
and then this is the bottom line, right? You want to know what the bottom line is? Right here, BOTTOM line, right here. This is the bottom line. That's what it is. You can talk about all the different things in your income, but after your deductions, AGI, right? What does AGI stand for?
Adjusted gross income.
And you know what's amazing about that? You know that without being a tax professional, a licensed attorney, a CPA, right? You don't, we're not any of these things. We've just become educated and we've learned this. And you can too.
Well, it was necessary, Joseph, because I had to understand it now, not how to do it, but if I'm working with the right professionals.
Absolutely. Because anybody who says if you don't know what the professional knows or what they're supposed to do, you're at their whim. They can control you. So, the bottom line, what does this mean? After you put in your income, let's talk about that. You've got your income, right? Your income, you stated on your form, your W-2s, 1099s. So you got your income. The income comes in, and then you've got deductions. How many deductions does the average person have? Do you know?
Maybe like 12 to 16 somewhere.
There's 10 to 15 deductions.
Yeah.
Not everybody takes all of them, but you have 10 to 15 deductions. A standard deduction, a mortgage deduction, kids, right? All those things. And then, so your income, and you know I didn't spell it right. Your income, your income comes in, but that's your gross income. After all of your deductions, your bottom line, your adjusted gross income, that is the amount that you report to the government. And so then whatever tax bracket you're in, right? Whatever tax bracket you're in, right? You have to pay taxes, right? Based off of that, and whatever the percentage is, and that's where your taxes come from. Now you've been paying taxes all year long, right? Because they keep taking it out of every paycheck,
Right.
And then they apply that to your taxes, and then if you, like most people, have overpaid, then you get a little refund at the end. If you really lessen your deductions, right? Then you might owe, and then so whatever you've contributed, then you pay. That's the bottom line, right? But here's the problem. Here's how people are caught in the tax matrix. After you make your income, after you've paid your taxes and your fees and everything, then we begin to pay for all the things in our life, like our car, right? Or our cell phones, right? Or anything to do with our home, right?
Yes.
We pay for all these things. So our income comes in, we pay our taxes, and then what happens again? Well, we have all the expenses in our life, right? I want to put the expenses, right? These are the expenses. This is what's below the line. And what happens down here with the car, the phone, and the home? Well, you end up paying more taxes again on all of that. Are there taxes on your cell phone bill?
Absolutely.
Are there taxes on the gas and the maintenance and the insurance and everything?
Always.
And anything with your house, anything. You buy entertainment, you buy things so you're taxed again. It's a never-ending cycle of taxes, but...
So let's just be clear. We get taxed And then we're getting taxed again.
Yes.
And then taxed again.
Yes. The way to escape the tax matrix, to break free, is to move everything below the line that you can above the line, right? We want to move the car up here. We want to move the cell phone up here. We want to move, right, our home expenses up here. We want to add these as additional line items of deduction.
Sounds like you're doing something funky here.
Well, you can't do this as an individual. What is the number one tax strategy? Start a business.
Yes.
Start a business.
Yes.
And you know how many people, when I tell them that, like, well, I don't know how to start a business. What business would I be in? What would I do?
I get that all the time.
You need to be in the business of creating financial security for your family. You need to be in the business of securing your financial freedom for your future. Start a business, right? I had a business, started a business, all right? We're gonna call this business A, all right? This was a real estate investing business, right? So wonderful. However, want to show you a way to help create synergy between not only one business but multiple businesses. How many businesses are you allowed to own, by the way?
There's no limit.
So when you catch on to this strategy, imagine the possibilities. So we have business A. Now, I also have business A is real estate, and then I also have business B. Business B is a marketing business. It does marketing for business A. Business A buys a truck. All right? Nifty little truck. Pretty cool. Like my artwork there?
Beautiful.
All right. So we get a truck, and we spend on the truck, right? Oops. We spend $15,000 on this truck. Okay? Now, the business is going to lease the truck. So, business B leases a truck. All right? So, let us now show an arrow coming down. So now, the truck is owned by business A, but it's being leased to business B. Business B is going to pay, what did we say? We did $200. $200 a month. Right, because I'm just leasing it between my own businesses. I mean, come on, I don't want to gouge myself. Right, so we have $200 a month coming in. And so for the year, do your math, 200 times 12, right? We're going to get
2,400.
That's why I have you around. You're like the human calculator. So it's $2,400 a year. Okay, so that's business A, but does business B get a bum rap here? Because I mean, let's think about it. That lease, right? So we have the lease, and that's costing, per year, it's costing $2,400, right? That's an expense. And then to use the vehicle, the gas for the year, right? Filling up at right around $50 a week. That's $3,000 for the year.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's insurance.
Right.
Right? We get pretty good deal on our insurance. But that's $1,000 a year for the insurance. And then, of course, there's maintenance. Got to maintain the vehicle. That comes to $1,200.
Wow.
It's a whole lot of expenses. In fact, right, if we total that up, that's $7,600. You can see all that, $7,600 a year. And so,
but I mean, how much are you actually driving this truck though? So you put a lot of mileage on this.
Yeah,
thing, right?
I mean, let's talk about that. So, we drive around, we look at a lot of properties. We also visit meet a lot of investors all around the country, actually. So,
well, then we have, projects that are in different cities, and so,
right.
Weekly 2-hour car drives sometimes to check on projects.
20,000 miles. 20,000 miles is what we put on the truck per year. 20,000 miles. How do we turn this into a write-off, a deduction? Well, there's this beautiful thing called the IRS, right? Who would ever thought I would say that, right? But they allow you to deduct 58 cents for every mile driven. 58 cents for every mile. If you do the math on that, which I already did a little bit earlier, it comes out to $11,600, right? That is your write-off that you get to have for using a business, or using a vehicle for your business, and you're writing it off. $11,600. Now, let us take, see, we had all these expenses down here. Let's bring this up here, right? So we have $7,600 worth of expenses. Let's subtract that out from our deduction, and you'll notice we end up with $4,000 still left over from that deduction, that write-off. Let us, for argument's sake, let's divide that by 12. What do you get when you divide 4,000 by 12?
$333, $333 and 33 cents.
$333.33. 333. So think about that. Now this business is making money. On average, it's making about its net profit is $50,000 a year, and it has other expenses as well. But here it is. Look at the cost of this vehicle that was completely deducted, and with more left over that can be also applied to our other expenses. It's as if the government is paying me $333 a month to use my vehicle for my business, because my business creates work for contractors, and we have CPAs, and we have accountants. We have so many other people that are being put to work through this business that the government gives us these tax write-offs. Ray, you used to pay $380 a month.
Right.
Imagine after doing taxes, if the government was paying you to drive your vehicle $333.
It's amazing.
This is how you break free from the tax matrix.
So when you know how the system works, then you can leverage it to your advantage. But if you do not know how the tax matrix works, then the system is taking advantage of you.
Well, Ray, how can we learn to take advantage of this?
Well, see, the thing, Joseph, is you have to get educated and learn really how to take advantage of those over 400 write-offs that you were telling us about earlier.
Well, what does an education like that cost?
So, quite simply, it's only $2,497. And the beautiful part, that in itself is a business expense. It's learning how to start your business, and this can be used as a business deduction when written off properly.
What else do we learn in this?
Also, what you're going to be learning in this is how to eliminate your debt in 1/3 the time, whether this is student loans, car loans, personal debt, business debt. This is how to grow your retirement through real estate investing or helping somebody else grow theirs. And there's so much more. We're talking about, this is 10 classes, all-day classes that you're going to be gaining access to. And build that foundation. If you're going to build a house, if you're going to build an empire, you need a strong and sturdy foundation. And the essentials is truly essential for that. Now, to get started, you got to call us today, 888-524-9273, to schedule a free 30-minute consultation with the Wise Guys in Ties, and we will show you how you can break free from the tax matrix and keep more of what you earn.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. On behalf of myself, Joseph Smith, Ray Fleming,
Good night.
God bless.